Hare Krishna. Text 4, Shikshashtakam. न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहेतुकी त्वयि. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mood of a devotee, is praying to Lord Krishna, our eternal Lord. Na dhanam, I don't want money, I don't want any riches, I don't want any opulence. Na janam, I don't want any followers. Na sundarim, nor do I desire to enjoy beautiful women. Kavitam va jagadisha kamaya, I don't want any praises for myself. I don't want to engage myself into any karma kand activities. And Krishna is asking, what do you want? Prabhu, mama janmani janmani ishware. Janmani janmani, life after life, what I desire is bhavatat bhakti rahituki tvai, is I desire to engage in devotional service at your lotus feet. Ahituki, unmotivated devotional service. There should not be any reason, any motivation for devotional service. Initially, at our initial stage, we have motivations. We want to achieve something, like we are in distress condition. So we want to just go away from that distress condition, get relieved from that. So we start bhakti. That's okay. Krishna says, Chaturvidha bhajante mam guna sukritino arjuna. Artho jigyasu artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. Arjuna, even if you want money, artharthi, or if you are distressed in your life, artha, no problem, you come to me, I will relieve you. So that is why our stage is Cheto darpana marchanam bhava maha davagni nirvapanam. That's our stage. Relief. We are struggling in this material world. Our entire existence is of struggle. So we have to go out. That's okay. But now this fourth text is a higher level. Why? And as we go further towards the eighth text, that is further higher. Why we are reading it? Why we are learning it? Why we are trying to understand? Because just to chant and get relief from material problem is not the goal of life. It's not the goal of chanting also. Goal of chanting is to attain love of Godhead, Krishna Prem. So we have to attain, we have to achieve that Krishna Prem. And in order to do that, we are gradually progressing. Now he says, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Why? Because until unless we become akinchana gochara, who is done with material world, who has nothing to give and take from this material world, that person can actually go back to Krishna. One who is completely detached. He is living in the material world, but is not attached. Like if you see, in Bombay, we have local trains. Now when new people come from outside, when they board local train, they see, they kind of, excited. A lot of crowd, some people are half hanging outside, some are inside, some are talking, some are sitting, some are sleeping. If non-devotees, they're playing cards, they're talking, they're reading newspaper, they're engaged in their mobile. If someone is devotee, is chanting or reading Bhagavad Gita or preaching to someone else, performing some kirtan. So the new person will see everything. But gradually, when you start traveling in the local daily, then what happens? That's not exciting. Then you also engage in your thing. Reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting. You're going to office, you have to somehow you manage to finish 16 hours because Bombay means you have to travel early. So then, okay, you have to travel for 1 hour, you read Bhagavad Gita or you hear some lecture. You will engage. You will not see outside what is, everything is same. Every station is same. Every suburb is same. There is no excitement. Similarly, in material world, we are here from time immemorial. But still, we get excited seeing this material world. Prahlad Maharaj says, "Na punah punah sarvita charvananam." We have chewed this material world and still we get excited. So when we perform bhakti, when we sincerely and attentively chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then we will become excited towards spiritual things. And gradually this excitement, as taste for material objects will go down. Until unless we increase our taste for spiritual activities, the taste for material things will not go down. Small child, the kid, he is given a small toy. You give him, let him play for some time. You try to take him, he'll not give. He'll fight for it. He'll cry, but he'll not give. But if you give him a bigger toy, an advanced toy, then he will immediately throw this small toy. So bhakti is like that. It's perfect. It's Purna Ananda, all bliss. When we start tasting the nectar of the holy name, then gradually our material attachments will go down. All material attachments will decrease. Because until unless that's happening, we are not going back home. Even if we perform bhakti, but we have so much attachment, we have to come back. Yes, we will be given birth in a devotee family. There are chances. But then the problem is, you have to come back. Even if you are a devotee, there are so many troubles you have to face in this material world. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gives a nice analogy. In Bengal, there are many rivers, and water transport is the best. Earlier, it was much better. Everything was just being transported by water. So there are big boats, because the rivers are very wide. So there are big boats. So there's one family who came with few relatives. The groom was there and they wanted to go to another village for marriage. The boy was there. His marriage is supposed to be there tomorrow. Then they go ahead. So they hire a boat. They talk to boatmen. They bargain. And everything is settled. In the evening they sit. Almost towards the night. They sit in the boat. And because, the boat is not stable in the water. There's some movement always. And they are tired. And when there is movement, you feel like sleepy. You feel drowsy, and they actually slept. And this boatman is rowing the boat, constantly rowing the boat. And now it's morning, 6 o'clock. And everyone thought, oh, finally we have reached. This boy was happy. Oh, I will be able to see my wife, the girl who will become my wife today. I'll be able to see it. Everyone was so excited. But then they saw around. They said, this is our village. Everyone started pounding on the boatman. He said, what have you done? You're supposed to reach there. Today is the marriage. And this boatman is saying, my dear sir, look at my situation. I'm constantly rowing the boat. You can't you see my sweat? We can see, but why the boat didn't go? Because he forgot to lift the anchor. For small boats, they don't use anchors, but at least, if not metal, some rope. There's a thick rope. Even today you go to Mayapur, there's a thick rope connected to the boat and they tie it to the pole on the bank. Now this man is rowing the boat, but his attachment is there. He's not going. So when we practice bhakti, along with that, we have to develop detachment. And that will happen naturally. If we sincerely and attentively chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, detachment is bound to happen. It will come. We will become detached. and gradually we will progress and eventually reach to Krishna Loka. So only thing we have to do is attentively chant the holy name. Hare Krishna. Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai.